Welcome to the August 20th, 2019 Yukon City Council and Yukon Municipal Authority meetings in the council chambers of the Centennial Building at 12 South 5th Street, Yukon, Oklahoma at 7 p.m. This evening, the invocation will be given by the good pastor, Mr. Tim Bayer of Grace Episcopal Church here in Yukon, and following his invocation, we will have the flag salute. Pastor Bayer.
All right. Well, let us pray. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, we ask your presence with us this evening, with our city, our leaders, and our citizens. We would ask that you would send upon those who hold office in this city the spirit of wisdom and charity and justice, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve to promote the well-being of all of our citizens. So bless this meeting tonight. Bless their deliberations and decisions, and give them foresight and courage to faithfully carry out their duties. May your will and your grace guide us in all we do tonight and in the week to come. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor Bayer. Roll call, please.
McCarran.
Here.
Yonda.
Here.
Kachini.
Here.
Selby.
Here.
Wooten.
Here.
Presentations and proclamations, Mr. Shivers.
None this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Visitors. This section of the proceedings is for visitors who would like to address the Yukon City Council on a non-agended item. Each person will be given 3 minutes to address the council, and by open meeting rules, no discussion may take place. We do have anyone here this evening who wishes to address the council on a non-agenda item, and I believe Mr. Glenn Lohman, is that correct? All right. And Mr. Lohman here is here to speak this evening, so
I'd like to play something here real quick while I pass out this brochure. This is what I listen to on a regular basis at my house. This goes on for hours at a time. I won't force you to hours of it, but you'll get the idea of what it sounds like.
Thank you.
And this is actually in my bedroom and living room window. All right, now if you look at the front page, this is kind of your typical neighborhood. Backyards lined up in a row, sound travels pretty much. You know, a barking dog could affect, God, I don't know, 10 people, 10 houses. Now if you flip over on the other page, this is where I live. Okay, if you notice the house with the X, that's my house. The house with the 0 on top of it is my neighbor's house, where the barking dogs are located. And if you look on top of my house, there's a line, a black line there. That's my living room and bedroom window. Okay, the little squiggly lines in between the two houses, you'll see a brown patch of dirt. That's where the dogs stay. Now, at this time, there's 2 huskies, a pit bull, and a chihuahua. What you just heard here was one husky and the chihuahua. That doesn't include the pit bull that they just got here about 2 months ago. All right. Now, what it states right now is, in the ordinance, that takes 2 residents to complain about a barking dog before the city will do anything. Okay, if you noticed how my house was set up, there are both my house blocks Shirley Randall's house to one side. She doesn't hear anything except for when she goes outside, which she's, 85 years old. She rarely goes outside. The neighbor on the other side of my neighbor, I don't know what he hears. I asked him if he heard the barking dogs and went to register a complaint. He slammed the door in my face, so I don't know what he hears. If you notice also, across the street, it's not even a normal across the street. There's a traffic street, a traffic circle, another street, and then the house is off to the other side. They really don't hear anything unless they're outside. Now, I hear it 24 hours a day when the dogs are outside. There's no stopping. I tried to be friendly with them. I tried to say, look, my wife is ill. She's very sick. She doesn't need all the annoyance of the dogs barking constantly, howling. Last year, she had a heart attack. She has lupus. It's attacked every organ in her body. Bladder, kidney. Matter of fact, this morning, she started kidney dialysis. I made a promise to my wife that when she comes home, if she comes home from skilled nursing, when she gets out of the hospital, that she will come home to a quiet house. I'm going to keep that promise, one way or the other. So what I'm asking is that we make some kind of amendment to the 2 to 3 person rule. Let our police officers do their job, evaluate the situation, and make a determination of who is actually being annoyed by the dogs. Now, if you also look at my residence, I kind of went past that a little bit too fast.
Yes, sir. We're also going to the 3 minutes here, so.
Yeah, I was just trying to hurry, but
Yes.
on the back side of our fences, there's a railroad and a park. Nobody lives back there. So that eliminates anybody that can hear these dogs like I hear them. And I can guarantee, if you took away those railroad tracks and that park and put your houses up to my back fence, I guarantee you I would have a minimum of probably, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 more complaints the way these dogs bark and howl. All I'm asking is to get some kind of amendment to where, I don't know, I'm not an attorney, I don't write up legal things, but let our policemen do their job. You know,
Okay.
do an investigation, find out who's actually being disturbed. Right now, it's just me. I have no recourse. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We will now recess as the Yukon City Council and convene as the Yukon Municipal Authority. Item 1 on the Municipal Authority agenda is the consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so that the Yukon Municipal Authority, by unanimous consent, can approve those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion to approve. A, minutes of the regular meeting of August the 6th, 2019. B, payment of material claims in the amount of $310,804.17. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Selby,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
Item 2A, consider approving the contract agreement for a private sanitary sewer service connection with Charlie's Car Wash, LLC, for the property located outside of the Yukon city limits, 12200 Northwest 10th Street, as recommended by the Development Services Director. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve. Second.
Is there any discussion? Mr. Hort, I assume we're also going to vote this evening in regard to some of the rule sets. Are those going to apply?
No, the rule sets was done at last council meeting.
Okay, and so we're all through with that then?
We're all through that. With that, we're just approving the agreement tonight
Okay, with them, right?
with
That's
them.
for whatever we decide those rates are going to be. And
We did review them. We did come up with that value because we do discharge into a lift station. So we felt
Right.
like that was appropriate for what they have. So
Okay. So it's, at this point, we're okay with what's there and that we're gonna, so we have what, there's two plots there, is there not?
there's only one with this location. We did do the on-queue one several years ago
Okay, and that
This
apply,
is
all
just
of that
for
apply to them
Charlie's.
as well, right?
for a car wash. We do have the right to go onto the property and look at the oil and sand separator. We do require them to permit that with us with this agreement as well.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Any further discussion? Seeing none. Vote, please.
McCarran,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
We will now adjourn as the YMA and reconvene as the Yukon City Council. Item 1 is the consent docket for the council. This item is placed on the agenda so the city council, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all of the council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve A, minutes of the regular meeting of August the 6th, 2019. Payment of material claims in the amount of $957,537. C, designated items on the attached list from the Technology Department as surplus and authorizing their sale, donation, or trade. D, appointment of Brad Downing to the Traffic Commission representing the at-large ward as recommended by Councilmember Jeff Woot. E, the appointment of Donna Yonda to the Board of Spanish Code Housing Authority for a term of office number 4, expiring May the 31st, 2025, as recommended by the nominating committee. F, setting the date for the next regular council meeting for September the 3rd, 2019, 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street, Yukon, Oklahoma. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to accept.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Vote, please.
Wooten,
Yes.
Yonda.
I vote yes, but abstain on item E.
Oh, yeah.
Selby,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Caccini.
Yes.
Item 2, reports of boards, commissions, and city officials. Mr. Crosby.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, sir. Item 3, consider approving ordinance number 1391, an ordinance amending ordinance number 657, Appendix A of the Code of Ordinances of Yukon, Oklahoma, by providing that the zoning designation for being part of Lot 2223, Block 19, the town of Yukon, in addition to the city of Yukon, Canadian County, Oklahoma, be changed from C3 restricted commercial to I1 light industrial district, and the address is 301 Cedar Avenue, and declaring an emergency. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Any discussion?
It was 307, not 301.
Oh, did I say? I'm sorry. Okay. I said 301, then it says 307 down here. Thank you. Any further discussion? I think I'd like Mr. Hort to come forward and make some comments on this specifically because it's something that we're a little unusual for us.
Okay, basically, the property owner, the man that bought this, Mr. Engel, asked for this to be rezoned from C3 to I1 to allow his present use that he does immediately to the north of this property.
Right.
So he basically, that's why he's requesting it, so he can continue that use in this building as well. And the property owner to the east of this, the CPA, is the one that sold him the property as well, and is aware of what's going on.
Okay.
And it is
There
an
have
appropriate
been no
use.
complaints from any. Is there anyone here this evening that has an issue with this at all? Okay. So what we're doing, I read through the material and it said something about he's just going to do assembly of automobiles
yes, that's
inside
correct.
the building. Is that correct?
It's something about a Bronco now that he's doing. He currently does the Mustangs,
Mustangs.
yes.
Okay.
There's a name for it. I can't remember which name,
But-
but he does those, and that's what they're going to do with the Broncos too as well.
Okay,
I thought he was going to be here tonight, but he didn't show up.
okay. All right, have there any issues been brought forth on this that you're aware of?
None has been
Okay.
brought, and he's ready to do what he needs to do to be brought into code compliance with the building as well. He has been working on cleaning the outside of the property up, which has been great.
And all of that will
Needed.
be contained to the interior of the
That's
building?
correct.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir, very much. Is there any other discussion?
So all the paperwork has been completed. There's no issues about any paperwork that he hasn't done yet.
The issues with the rezoning's been taken care of, but he has some building issues inside that he will have to comply with since this is
Prior to going
Approved.
forward.
if this is approved tonight. Yes, he will have some stuff inside the building to do,
Okay.
and he's very aware of what he needs to do if this is approved.
Okay. Are they code issues, or do you?
Just bringing it up into compliance to do what he's doing, electrical wise, is basically what needs to be done.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Caccini,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Item 3A, consider approving the emergency clause of ordinance number 1391. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second?
A motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Selby,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Item 4, consider approving resolution 2019-17, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Yukon, Oklahoma, confirming adoption of the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group, OMAG, Best Practices Handbook. And do I have a motion, please?
Motion accept.
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Were there any amendments to the handbook that we're going to use, or we're going to use just the handbook as presented?
As presented, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir. And did we ever get a score back from them that he said he was going to? You don't think so?
I have not heard one.
We have not heard one,
Okay.
but we will check, and, because
But I
we're
w- I
talking
would
about
like to
even,
pursue that to just see what came out from
Sure.
for those in the audience, and we had the OMAG group come in and talk to us about best practices, and they were going to take a short look at us and come back and tell us what they thought of what we were doing. It was a pretty positive meeting all the way around. Any other discussion? Vote please.
Yonda,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Item 5, consider approving the transfer of all right title, interest, and obligations for the smartphone meter reading system subscription approved by the council back on March the 5th from Datamatic to Smartphone Meter Reading LLC, SPMR LLC, as recommended by the utility billing supervisor. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion accept.
Second?
Any comments on that, Jim, or just none? Okay. Any further discussion? Anyone? Okay. Vote please.
Caccini,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes. Item 6, consider approving the service agreement and the expenditure of funds with bfac.com for a city mobile app and texting platform, the annual amount of which will be $5,000, and a one-time setup fee of $500, as recommended by the Information Technology Director. Do I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I guess I'd ask for a comment from Jim or Gary, either one, as to exactly what that buys us, Gary. I noticed there were quite a few companies that use it. I just want to know what that buys us.
What it buys us is today's world, everybody's got their phones, you know, on their hip or within 3 feet of them at almost all the time.
Or in a holster, yeah.
Or, yeah, and this will give the city of Yukon an actual app that residents can download, and we'll be able to use it, and we can feed the information to the app from our website, from our Facebook. We can set up other groups where, for instance, the library could have a young adults group, and those people, if they have the app, she would be able to contact them with events. They'll have the event calendar. We'll have links on there where they can pay their bills online. Basically, it's going to take everything we've got today and put it on an app in front of people with their phone.
So we're going back to a single area where people can go.
Yeah, and this way they're coming to us. It's not the system we have today that we notify people about trash pickup changes and stuff. It requires us to keep up with individuals' phone numbers, and you know, if they don't tell us their phone number changed, we don't know. But this way, if they opt into the system, you know, it's them coming to us instead of us having to track them down. It'll also allow us to do geofencing. So, for instance, Rock the Route, if we wanted to draw a geofence around that block of Main Street, anybody with the app, when they come through town, it could pop up a reminder or an advertisement, you know, our information about our activity at a particular point. It can draw interest from advertising our events.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Will this be used for any type of like push notification for emergencies or anything like that?
I'm not positive. I know whenever I talk to them, they currently do not have the hooks in it for National Weather Service, but so many people have one of the local weather stations. You know, other than that, I mean, I'm sure if we have an evacuation or something like that, we can send an all-out text to everyone.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
McCarran,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
New business, Mr. Shivers.
None tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Council discussion, Councilwoman Yonda.
Well, I just want to say Spanish Cove is a tremendous asset to the city of Yukon, and I'm very honored to continue to serve as a trustee for Spanish Cove. Thank you.
Mr. Wooten.
I would like to thank all the businesses around Yukon for the big teacher breakfast that we have every year. It's amazing how all the businesses come together and support the schools. So thank you.
Mr. Caccini.
Well, I'd like to thank the city for coming up with a Main Street lady that really is really hard charging on Main Street, because I was just happened to be in the neighborhood and I got pulled into a meeting and then got hit with a couple of taskers, so she's really good. And I also want to thank the Boy Scouts of our community. They did an outstanding job showing Americanism still is out there, where people are taking care of veterans. We were able to destroy some of the frail, unusable flags of our community, and they did it very well. So I thank the city for supporting that.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Shelby.
Well, I'd like to thank the police department this past week and the week before on keeping our kids safe. They were so diligently out there watching our school zones. Remember that school is in session, and those are not a suggestion, that they are there for a reason. Make the most of your tomorrow and be kind to one another.
I too would like to congratulate the teachers on this incoming year. Every year they have a teacher luncheon. It's pretty special. I don't remember how many new ones we had this year. It was over 125 or 128, something like that. So that's pretty special. And I'll be a little different than Shelley to let you know that our police department has been extremely diligent. I've not gone through more than 2 or 3 school zones and not seen someone there watching out for the kids. So I think that's pretty important, and I'll send my kudos out to the police folks because they're doing a good job watching the school zones for sure. The We have one other thing coming up here. Rock the Road is coming up on August the 29th. It'll be downtown Main Street. It'll be from 6 o'clock to 11, featuring Pat Green and special guest Reed South Hall Band. And they also have an opening called Right Lighters. There's all kinds of family activities, face painting for the kids, crafts, food trucks, and more. So we really encourage everybody that can come out and see that. Monday, September the 2nd, looking into September, the Sunrise Splash Pad closes for the summer. And Tuesday, September the 3rd, fall programs at the Mabel Fry Library and the City Recreation Centers begin. And with that, seeing no other business before the council this evening, this meeting is adjourned.